Smallmouth bass have been known to comb the shallow water flats in late summer. When the water is calm, they can be visually spotted, yet are very spooky. On the other hand, when there's a moderate chop, the fish are more accessible, but boat control then becomes a concern. Hi guys, Kim Stricker here again. The last thing you want to do is drift past the productive water. So along the shallow flats, this is how I manage the wind and fish more efficiently. Coming into what is usually the juice. Yeah. Hit it right on the fall. I thought it was better than that, but I say that a lot. The D-Shad. All right. Drop my power poles. It's good to have those power poles. You got a wind like this, you're fishing in the shallow water, it'll just hold you in place. And I'll make a few more casts with the power poles down, because the smallmouth usually aren't by themselves. The lure I'm using is kind of difficult to present when there's a steady breeze. A weightless soft plastic jerkbait. This is Yamamoto's D-Shad, which I Texas rig with a 3/0 extra wide gap hook and 20-pound test Seaguar Tatsu fluorocarbon line. Let it fall. It's got that slow tantalizing fall. Jerk side to side. That darting action just triggers them big time. Raise the power poles, move along a little further. Drop the power poles, double tap, and work this area a little more thorough. Guys sometimes don't realize how fast they will drift in the wind, even a small amount of wind. You know, when you're fishing a weightless D-Shad in the wind, it's definitely a benefit to cast with the wind. And when you drop the power poles down, it just makes it just right. You're pointing downwind, and there's no bow in your line when you're jerking. If you cast sideways to the wind, you get a big bow in your line and it drags the bait too fast. So here I'm just casting with the wind. I let it fall down, and see there's no bow in my line, and I can watch my line to see if a fish hits it on the way down. Yeah, that's a good fish. That's a good fish. That's a good one. Ooh, that's a good one. Wow, yes, yes. Right in the net. There. There's a good one on the flats with the power poles down. With the power pole down, you can take your time, especially in this wind, to cover the key area. It's such a great tool. And you don't need two power poles. You know, for a long time, I just used one. Start off with one, and you'll see how much of a benefit that is. Yeah, a spot lock is a great tool in the deeper water. But personally, when it comes to fishing shallow, I'd much rather anchor with a power pole because they're quiet. You're not hearing a machine run. And if you're real shallow, a trolling motor will stir up all the bottom and cause commotion, and that can cost you bites. There we go, there we go. Ooh, it's a decent fish. Decent fish. Oh. And I just dropped the power poles. Nice fish. There we go. Come on over to my net. Smallmouth. There you go, nice little chunk. Right in the nose. Yes. Look at that pretty, I mean, look at that. I know that's an overused statement, but that is a pretty fish. Look at the bars on it. On the D-Shad, weightless.